Welcome guys, welcome to another video. This video is called Satanic, Demonic, Infested Celebrities and Rappers. Okay, for a lot of you unconscious people out there, especially the younger generations, you have no idea what's going on. You don't know where you live, where you came from, you don't know your history, you don't even know what type of food you're supposed to be eating, nothing. You're just lost in the sauce. You're in the matrix. You're in the prison that you cannot smell, touch, taste, or see. Just like in the movie The Matrix, right? So a lot of you don't know, and the reason why I'm talking fast is because this video is really geared for Instagram. I have a longer version on YouTube where I go more in depth, but I'm catering this video specifically for Instagram, okay? So if I'm talking fast and I'm going over the points really quickly, it's because I can only do videos in 1 minute increments. And you can always go back and you can watch the video a million times if you need to, okay? So with that being said, satanic, demon-infested celebrities and rappers. A lot of you don't know, and if you don't realize it, you need to go back on my page, Gnosis de la Soul, right? And you need to scroll down to the section where I talk about clones, okay? I've been talking about clones for the longest, all right? And it's funny, right after I was speaking on clones, they came out with a movie called Get Out. And then in the movie Get Out, they showed you how they were transferring consciousness into different bodies. So that's all a clone is. A clone is a synthetic robotoid or a synthetic body, right? That's grown in a test tube, right? And these bodies they're lifeless, right? And then the bodies are usually inhabited by demons, demonic energies, or they're inhabited by the so-called Zionist elitists or people who have enough money to transfer their consciousness into a body of their choice, essentially evading death. So this is the way that a lot of these people with money can live virtually forever by transferring their consciousness from one body to another. Now, if you have a soul, right? If you're melanated and you have a soul, you don't need to do this because you are already, you're ready to live forever, okay? Now, I don't want to say you're immortal because if you look at the word immortal, right? The word immortal, right? To call yourself immortal means that you're going to die. It means you're mortal. So the word mortal and immortal mean the same thing, right? I'm going to explain it to you right here. Equals mortal, right? Mortal Kombat, right? And then you got mortal. I know my marker's running out because I write so much. Equals mortal also. Now, how does immortal and mortal equal mortal? I'm going to show you. Okay. So, you have the word I'm mortal right in there. So, I'm mortal means you're mortal, equals mortal, okay? So don't get confused on the words, okay? This is another way how they trap you with the words that you're using. All right, so mortal and immortal mean the same thing. It means you're mortal, all right? So what you really say is you want to live forever, all right? Now anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So these rappers, so-called, or these celebrities, right? They're not even real people to begin with. These people were grown underground, right? Underground in a facility called D.U.M.B.S, right? So, erase this. So, the majority of your celebrities are what? Grown, get it, underground. Just like you would grow a plant. And what do plants need? They need water. Right? So they're grown underground in laboratory test tubes or tubes. Right? And these underground bases that they have are called D.U.M.B.S, right? Now, what do D.U.M.B stand for? You can look this up if you don't believe anything I'm saying. Don't believe it, know it. There's a difference between believing, right? To believe something means to belie, right? To be living a lie, right? To be lie and to live, right? To be living a lie, right? If you believe something. But if you know it, that means you know it for sure. There's no belief. Belief is something that you put blind faith and acceptance into. Just like people believe in Jesus Christ, right? It's all a belief, right? Do you believe in Jesus? I don't believe in Jesus. Do you know Jesus? There's a difference. You get what I'm saying? And I don't believe in Jesus. I don't subscribe to religion. All right. So look, deep underground. I'm writing really fast because again, this is for Instagram. Deep underground military base. Right? Deep underground military bases, right? And within these deep underground military bases, you have a totally different civilization. And if you don't believe me, there was a general by the name of Admiral Byrd, and he even was to have said to have flown into the inner earth, right? So I'm gonna just write his name now, Admiral Byrd, and look him up, the decorated war general, just so you have these satanic demons or these clones, right? And they are made in these deep underground military bases called D.U.M.B.S, right? And you're dumb because your eyes aren't open, right? Now it's funny. Have you ever seen? Oh yeah, this is where clones are made. This is where new technology or advanced technology. This is where biological. Let me just get another marker. This is running out on me. This is where biological weapons are made, like Ebola and all these man-made viruses. Biological viruses, right? These are where new drugs are made. And this is where genetic experimentation is made, like chimeras, hybrids, animal-human hybrids, and all this nonsense, right? All of this is done underground, okay? So this is also in advanced weaponry, right? Advanced weaponry, right? So all of this goes on underground, out of the public's eye, okay? Because you're dumb, that's why you got a smartphone, all right? So understand this. Remember they cloned the sheep named Dolly back in the day? And then, first of all, whenever they put something out on the news, they already did it already. They're just putting it out there to see how the public's going to react. If you react positively to it, then they go ahead and launch it full scale. If you react negatively to it, the public, then they continue to keep it a secret, right? Now, they rather have it public because that means they don't have to spend and hide, it's in what they're doing, right? Because eventually, whatever you hide in the dark always comes out to light. So it's easier to just have it done right in your eyes rather than try to hide it. But since the public, the general public, may not approve of biological weapons being created that they're putting in the vaccines, right? Right? You may not approve of that, and you shouldn't approve of that because they're killing you with these man-made viruses, Ebola, Zika, all these viruses, right? the new drugs, right? Every week there's like a commercial for a new drug. Ask your doctor about Zeneca. It may cause constipation, runny nose, bleeding, heartburn, upset stomach, diarrhea, and death. All these new drugs that they keep coming out with, right? Then you got clones. If you're watching Netflix, right? If anybody has Netflix, which is pretty much everybody, on Netflix, every motherfucker on there is a clone. Almost every single actor. And if your third eye is open, which means your eye of discernment, you could discern truth from reality. Just like in Thundercat, right? Thundercat, oh, and his eye will open and he will see the truth, right? Netflix. Think about it. How does Netflix produce a million movies that from actors that no one ever heard of, or maybe actors that you have heard of, right? Think about it. How does Netflix produce a million movies? How are they paying all these people? First of all, you get what I'm saying? That's a lot. It's a lot of equipment being used. That's a lot of manpower. That's a lot of money that they don't have to pay out. The reason how they're able to make all of these movies on Netflix is because all of the celebrities or the actors that they're using are clones. So all you gotta do is just buy a couple of hundred clones and then have them go to sleep when they're not being used. Excuse me. Just like a cell phone, right? When you don't want to use your cell phone, you just put it down or you turn the battery off. It's the same thing with the clones. When you're not using them, you just turn them off, and then when you need them again, you turn them on. That's how they're able to produce millions of movies at a time. Think about it. How long does it take for like big budget movies like I Am Legend with Will Smith and all these movies, right? Those didn't take a couple of months just for these movies to be produced, and you got some real people mixed in with clones, right? But with these Netflix movies, they're almost entirely 99% clones, because you do got some real actors in there, but most of them are clones. So that's why they're able to produce hundreds of movies, thousands of movies at once, because they're all clones. And it's easier to work with clones than real people, because you don't gotta fucking pay them, and you could just turn them off when you don't need them. Okay? So let me just write this over, just so we're making neater, just so it's easier to follow me, so everything's not all over the place. So the D.U.M.B.S, right? You have biological weapons going on, which is AKA man-made viruses. Now I write much neater, but again I'm rushing because this is Instagram. I got biological weapons. You have advanced technology, which is really like teleportation devices, cloaking devices, all this stuff from sci-fi that you think, like from Iron Man, all those movies that you think is just movies, when in reality is actually what's going on. You know, they say the military's technology is 200 years more advanced than the common average technology. Advanced technology equals new gadgets, right? Then Then you got military weapons being made, like sonic weapons, weapons that can kill you with just sound and touch, all this nonsense. Then you got genetic experimentation going on. Genetic experimentation where they're mixing DNA of different people. This is where your GMOs came out, right? Remember GMOs and all that nonsense? Genetically modified foods, GMOs, animal hybrids, mixing like zebras and donkeys together and humans. It's just craziness. Mad scientists, Dr. Giro type crap, right? The island of Dr. Giro Monroe, right? Frankenstein. I'm just putting these words out here just to paint a picture in your mind, in your mind's eye, so you can follow what I'm saying. And then you got the most important, which I'm going to be talking about, which is cloning, which is what the topic of this video is going to be about. So you got cloning, which equals lab-grown synthetic people, humanoids, right? Now, you got a rapper named TEKASHI69, right? So TEKASHI69, right? Now, if you study numerology, right? If you guys can follow me, if you understand numerology, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you two examples just to make sure it sinks in, right? So in numerology, you have the number, I'm gonna say 23, right? 23 in numerology equals 5, because in numerology everything has to be broken down to a single digit, and you do that by adding the numbers. You don't subtract or multiply, none of that, right? So let's just say you have the number, I'm making this up, 1,323,554,000, right? In numerology, this will equal 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, and 1 plus 4 is a 5, and 5 plus 5 is a 10, and you don't count the zeros, so that's a 1, plus the 4 again, that's 5. So in numerology, again, oh, that's crazy, they both equal 5. That's how that's how my third eye work, when you equal the same number. And I just literally just picked this number out of the random blue. Okay, so in numerology, this will both be equal to a 5, right? So now that you understand that, I'm gonna show you how TEKASHI69 is actually a demonic ass name, right? Now look, demon, bam, I'm gonna show you right here. Okay? So look, TEKASHI69, right? So you understand numerology, right? So 6 plus 9 equals what? 6 plus 9 equals 15, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So 6 plus 9 equals 15. Let me write that neither. So in case, people want to argue and whatever. Now 1 plus 5 equals 6, right? So now you got TEKASHI696. Now we all know that if you turn this 9 upside down, it's going to be a 6 again. So now you really got TEKASHI666. All right. So now let me just write this over. So you got TEKASHI666. Which we all know, people always doing this. Oh, all the celebrities doing that, presidents doing that, President Trump always doing this, right? That means that they're down with the demons. That means they're demons, okay? Whenever you see a celebrity going like this, or a president, or anybody that's in the public view doing all this nonsense, they're telling you that with their allegiance, that there are demons. and they're telling you that, and it's also a way for them communicating to each other in code, just like you have Morse code, or like you have slang, like, yo, what's good, my G, right? My G means my God, right? Or you say, yo, that's crazy, or like, you know, like people who speak slang and rap, like, oh, that's, oh, you bugged, son, you bugged. That means you bugged out, which means you crazy. So it's like code word, but you don't understand it because you're dumb, right? And that's why you got a smartphone, because they're talking over your head. Just like somebody tell you a joke and you don't get it, and they say it went over your head because you're not processing it like that. It's the same thing, and I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm just trying to explain that you're ignorant. Ignorant means to not know. Doesn't mean you're stupid. Does not mean you're stupid. The only way you could be stupid is if I'm explaining this to you and you're still gonna go ahead and support these demonic rappers. Now you're stupid. So just because you're ignorant does not mean you're stupid. It just means you don't know. So now I'm telling you, so now you do know, so now you're no longer stupid. I mean, no longer ignorant, all right? So let's move on, boom. So you got TEKASHI69, right? And then you got another rapper named XXX10Tacion. Which I don't listen to none of these rappers, but obviously I know who they are. People talk about them so much, they're in the spotlight, right? And I don't even watch TV or listen to rap music, and I still know about these rappers. I mean, I live in the hood, and that's all I hear all day. People driving music, blasting this shit. People living upstairs, downstairs, playing music all types of night. So I have no choice but to listen to this demonic, satanic ass rapping, right? So you got XXX. Now we all know that XXX is porno, right? XXX is porno, right? Also, XXX is the numeral for the number 90, I believe. I believe it's 90 or 30. It doesn't matter. It's either one of those two. It doesn't really matter. If it's 30, then it's going to be 3, 3, and 3, right? And if it's 9, it'll be 9, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, right? It doesn't really matter. But you all know that XXX10Tacion represents porn, right? Because, you know, porno, right? And XXX also means what? When you X somebody, right? When you X somebody, that means you putting a hex on them. To X somebody, to hex them, X hex, right? Now we also know this means what? Sex, right? XXX also means sex, because XXX is porno, right? And XXX means sex. That's what it represents, the XXX, right? Just like you have X and O, right? X and O, which means hugs and kisses, right? Now, what do people do when they about to have sex? They hug and they kiss, right? So people say, oh, it doesn't mean that. Yes, it does. So if that's the case, why the hell you have X and O, right? So X marks the spot, right? So you have sex, and if you really look at it, it can also mean 666, which is what? 666, 10 Tacion. And it also means hex. And he's putting a spell on you, the demonic as a spell. When you hex somebody, it means to cast a spell, right? To cast a spell, which means you're putting a spell on somebody, right? And only witches and demons and warlocks can put spells on people, right? And if you look at Tentacion, this nigga look demonic, satanic as fuck. 666 Tentacion. Then you have another rapper named TEKASHI69. And then you got another rapper named Little Pump. You tell me these rappers sound like they in a porno film. You got Little Pump, you got 66XXX Tentacion, and then you have TEKASHI69. Now 69 is also a sex position, right? So how come all of these names sound mad sexual to me? So you got 10 XXX Tentacion, which is sex again, which is sex magic. Then you got TEKASHI69, which is sex magic. Then you got rapper named Lil Pump, which is what what do you, come on man, that's can't be more obvious than that. When you pumping somebody, it means you hitting them from the back or whatever you pumping them, right, with your penis, right? So they're keeping you in your what? In your second chakra. On your first two chakras, right? Which is that lower energy, right? Because your second chakra represents your sacral chakra, which represents what? Pleasure and what? And sex. So they're keeping you in these lower realms in hell, in your lower chakras, because they're feeding off of you. Because they're demons. And demons don't eat physical food like hamburgers and chips and shit. Right? Demons eat freaking spiritual energy from real living people. That's why they're keeping you in the lowest sacral chakra, which is really sacral, which is really carnal, right? Sacral, carnal. People who are carnal in nature are always about sex, death, and fleshly, worldly, right? Come out of the world, my children, right? So I'm just explaining to you how these people are they're feeding off of you, and the energy that they're using to feed off of is called loosh. Loosh. Look this up, people. I'm not making none of this up. You know I don't make stuff up. Now, I know some of you thinking, oh, you learned all this on the internet. No, I did not. I mean, yes, I did, but no, I didn't. I learned some of this stuff. I learned numerology online. Yes, I understood that. But all this other stuff, I put it together myself, because you got to understand, this life is like a puzzle, and you have to try to figure it out. You got to put the pieces together. I'm a detective. That's what I do. I'm a detective, and I figured out the secret language, the secret code to what runs the world. I figured out how to stop yourself from aging. I figured out how to leave this place. I figured out where we live on, where we are. I figured all of this shit out. I'm not trying to brag about myself, but if you go to work every day 9 to 5, then you don't have time to dedicate to figuring stuff out. That's why you're not supposed to be working. And yes, I still work, but I also spend a great majority of my time reading, studying to show that I self-approve, because we perish due to a lack of knowledge. So I'm explaining all of this to you so you people out there can wake up and stop falling for the BS. Okay? Stop supporting these demons. All they're doing is, first of all, let's put it like this. If you spend $50 to go to a demon concert, right? So like Beyonce or Jay-Z or whatever. If you spend $50 going to their concert and they're robots, and I say like synthetic people, who do you think you're really giving your money to? You're not even giving your money to another human, another living person. You're giving your money to a demon who's taking your money to go ahead and to use it to go and find more ways of stealing your soul. That's all they want, is to steal your soul. To steal your soul itself, or to feed off of your soul. Either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They either stealing your soul altogether, or they feeding off of your soul, which is called loosh, right? Loosh is what they call spiritual energy, right? This is spiritual energy, and this is what they use to eat. They eat that. They eat it, right? And to be honest with you, anytime you feel an emotion like anger, guilt, right? Anger, guilt, hatred, or any type of energy that's within the lower 3 chakras, which is your root, solar plex, and your sacral chakra, this is like flavor to them. So just like how if you buy some meat, and I don't recommend eating meat, but for a lot of you still eating meat out there, eating animals, eating that lower animal DNA energy. When you season meat, like you put like salt, pepper, maybe a little some spice on there. It's the same thing with the spiritual energy. When they feed off of you, anytime you have an emotion that's attached to it, like if you're very emotional, you're angry, you upset, that's when they come and they feed off of you. You understand? Okay. Now, there is no labels out here. Okay? So understand this, alright people? I'm just trying to see what else can I say. Again, this is Instagram, so I'm not gonna make it too long. Oh yeah, I do want to say this. Check out my let me erase all of this. Matter of fact, no. Check out my YouTube channel. It's called Wide Awake, and it's spelled with 2 A's. And it's a picture of like the logo, just so you know it's the right channel. It's like that, and it's like a lady, a black woman, like a tree inside of her head. So where her brain would be is like a tree. It's like a silhouette of like a black woman, something like this. Like this is how the channel looks. The reason why I'm drawing this so you can, because there's like a couple of people that have my same name, but it's not spelled like me. But remember, YouTube, they put whoever's the more popular video, they put them in the forefront. So my channel may be like toward the middle or at the bottom. So you may have to scroll through a couple of people with the same name, but not spelled the same way, okay? So this is the name of my channel. It's called Wide Awake, right? And it has 2 A's, and I talk more in depth about what I just talked about. And the name of that video is called All Rappers Are Demonically Possessed, Part 1 and Part 2. And from there, I actually give you proof. Even give you proof that even celebrities and rappers are even telling you themselves out their own mouth. That's how you definitely know I'm not making this up. Anyway, guys, peace, enjoy it, stay enlightened, stay woke. Gnosis de la Soul, and my channel is Wide Awake. Peace.
TEKASHI69 is not only lying about being a female and a clone and a My Little Pony wannabe, but you know what else she lying about? That she's a half animal. All right, a half animal human hybrid. Check this out. Alright, so right off the bat on this video, you can see that something ain't right, and that's because she's showing you her true form. Alright? Now mind you, this is what she looks like to the public eye, and this is after she has shapeshifted. Okay? And yeah, it's still a female and a tranny, but it looks like a regular person on here. Well, right here, she don't give a shit no more. She's just showing you her true form.
Yo, so I got a
See it?
quick little message for people out there, man. Got a quick little... Yo.
Look at the mouth. See that mouth? What human you know looks like this? Look at those eyes. See those slit eyes and shit? Clear as day. It's reptilian. Look how long the jaws is from here to here. Okay? That's not what she normally looks like. It's clearly a human / gorilla chimera.
So I got a quick little message for people out there, man. Last year,
What's wrong with that mouth, yo? What the fuck is this right here? See that? It's not a real human. Alright?
my daughter was 1 year old, you know what I'm saying? And I had no money to really buy pampers to really support her like that, you know what I'm saying?
Just look at this creature.
3 songs on the Billboard Top 100.
Okay, go 666.
100,000, man. Walk around spending money, man. We here, man. This year we live, you know what I'm saying?
And all these demons, all they talk about is getting money and all this shit. How come they never talk about that they're not even real humans and that they go into a lake of fire? It's just a demon inside a clone, tranny, animal body made in an underground laboratory. See that? This is supposed to be his little girl right here, and clearly it's a clone. See the white part around the eyes? Synthetic skin. It's a demon posting as a little girl. Alright?
Yeah. Give me this. This is mine.
And it didn't come out of that creature, obviously. Okay?
Huh?
Look at the gold horns.
Yo, everybody out there.
So these creatures are not real humans, alright? They're just demons made in the underground laboratory, spliced with animal DNA and shit like that. And they're just posting as human, but they mock you and tell you the truth in plain sight. Alright? Like Snoop Dogg, like he was telling you that he was a dog. And 50 Cent, okay, in the gorilla unit, they were all gorillas. Alright, shout out to Johnny Maxwell for pointing this out. They're not real humans, alright? They're just stupid demons fooling the masses. But their time is almost up, because they're just
Y'all see the
waiting
ice?
an eternity in the lake of fire.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga's talking about bloody shoes. This real bloody shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Time is almost up for these bitches. Alright, on this video, I'm gonna expose Rihanna for the tranny demon clone that he is. Okay? There's a video that came out in 1995. This is a video right here. I posted a link in the description. But as you can see here, this is Rihanna's first cameo on the music video. And clear as day, he is a fucking boy. See that? That is a fucking boy right there. Alright, look at this shit. Look at this brow bone. Brow bone poking out. Square mouth jaws. And male mouth and shit. Now mind you, it has started taking the female hormones already, but it hasn't fully developed into a full-grown transsexual yet. So it's not gonna be clear to see that he's a tranny yet. But that's not the reason for this video. The point of this video is to show you how they make these fucking demon clones. Alright? Now, you see here, bitch is sleeping. That's Rihanna. And then the green water hits him. Okay? That's symbolic right there. Alright? That's symbolic of the green water hitting the clone right there. When this fucking growing inside the fucking test tube. See the green water? That's Rihanna. Alright? And for all you motherfuckers, for all you naysayers and shit, for all you naysayers, that's him right there. Alright? He became famous and shit. He was on all these fucking music videos. So that's Rihanna. Okay, first appearance on the video. Predictive programming you motherfuckers to lust after this bitch. And you can still see the green on this video, because that's what the fuck the whole point of this video is, to show you the fucking cloning and shit. Alright? Cloning goes down underwater. See that? 666. The test tubes are green. Okay? The test tubes are green. Oh, let me fucking pull that up for you right quick. Alright, see that? Green. The water is green. See that? It's all from movies and shit. But when they clone motherfuckers, they put them in green water. Alright, inside the test tubes. That's how these clones are made. Okay? There's some deep shit right here I'm revealing to y'all. So anytime you see that green, that means that They all tranny clones and shit. Rihanna is no exception. He is one of their best demon clones. Well, not Horus. See that? That's when they make these bitches. They put in your face. They mock you. They tell you what the fuck they're doing, and you still can't see it.